Coach, their defense in the first half was obviously very good, and then you guys had no trouble in the second half getting what you wanted. It looked like some change for you guys, or?
Well, I mean, we ran some different plays. You know, the second half, I think we got more movement with pick and roll and got the ball bouncing a little bit. We were pretty stagnant in the first half. You know, credit to a lot of their length, but it was difficult for us to find any rhythm offensively to start with. We went on a long stretch. Thought we opened up the game real well, and you know, the momentum's a big thing, as witnessed in this game. You know, multiple ways, and we kind of lost our ability to score. And the first half, we just thought, you know, pretty proud. I mean, there's no the moral victory aspect of it. It's hard for me to sit up here and you know, be as disappointed as I would be if it was just a first half game, because our guys bounced back 2 points at a time. Just the old, you know, the old cliche about there's no 19-point play, but it was a heck of a second half, and you know, just wish we had one or two of those plays back.
Coach, what would you key in on defensively in that second half? Kansas only shot, well, they shot much worse in the second half.
Well, it just seemed like every shot in the first half. You know, at the end of the day, I didn't think we were playing hard enough. A number of open shots without a hand up, and 60% for them in the first half, 10 for 10 from the line, and I would have guessed they shot 75% in the first half. That was my prediction before I saw the stat sheet. And then, you know, we knew everything that they were going to run. The coaches did a terrific job with the scouting report, heard a bunch of the calls, and knew it was coming, and we just kind of had the same thing, except we played a lot harder. There was a lot more energy and got some stops and managed to out-rebound Kansas, which I think is, you know, it's been a focal point for us rebounding-wise, and we're in a position now where we've gone, you know, on the road to San Diego State that doesn't get whipped up on the glass, and neither does Kansas very often, so I'm proud of that respect. We got them to miss shots in the second half and limited them to just the one shot. So overall, I think it was just a mindset and playing a little bit harder.
DeLon, 23 points today, and had a couple bright spots when you guys were really struggling. Is this sort of a new level of assertiveness you're seeing from him today?
Not really. I mean, it's been a lot of what I've seen for a year and a half now, or however big a portion this season is. I mean, he likes big games, you know, and I think he rises to a different level for us when he's in this type of environment. Had some terrific plays and was engaged. I thought he was the one guy, with no disrespect to the rest of our team, that was ready to play from the beginning. He had a look in his eye like he wanted to be here, and it was really important to him. And I think maybe some of the youth and the environment, I don't know if it was a little bit of the hangover with the BYU, you know, that was a couple nights ago for us. The people from Kansas maybe don't understand the magnitude of that game, but that's a really emotional game in front of 22,000 people, and potentially coming in here on a quick turnaround, it's hard to capture that kind of energy again. But to be able to do it in the second half means a great deal to me and in our basketball program, and it's a good step.
That last play, what were you guys trying to do, and what did Kansas kind of take away from you?
Well, they're physical. I mean, we same play that we'd run earlier in the game. We needed a three. Didn't think there was enough time to take the previous trip down. It was fine to take a quick two and then get ourselves in that situation. They made free throws when they had to. You know, we've struggled making free throws. At the end of the day, you get in those pressure situations, and we catch a break maybe with the missed free throw or two. But you know, as witnessed 21 for 23. I think most coaches would take that, their ability to make free throws. But it was just one of our many sets, trying to get Dakari a look, and you know, even it's not like you want to get Jakob a look, but we did manage to get a second shot at it. We'll move on.
Coach, in that second half, you guys are chipping away at KU's lead. They continue to play with confidence and building momentum. Could you talk about that approach?
Well, momentum's big in basketball. You know, when the first half, it was really difficult for us to feel good about ourselves, and I think we don't want to be the type of team that has to make baskets in order to defend. You know, some teams, their defensive energy is dependent on whether or not their shots are going in. And I thought this was maybe the first time this season that happened, when it was really hard to score at the other end. We took some of that mindset back to the other end, and it was a little bit of a grind, giving up, you know, 60% again from the field. We haven't done that. We've been in the 30s all year. So I don't know which came first. I know there was a lot of discussion about us playing a heck of a lot harder defensively, and perhaps that created more offensive opportunity for us, or we make a few shots and then you start gaining some confidence, you play harder defensively. I don't know, but it's you've seen a million games, you know, and it's momentum. Once you start getting on that wave a little bit, you feel like you belong here. You know, just unfortunate it took us that long to wake up.
Perry Ellis had a pretty successful opening, you know, 5-8 minutes or whatever, and then not much after that. Was that a focal point for you to kind of take him away? It looked like you were doubling him a little.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, he's a heck of a player, leading scorer on a really good basketball team, and is a load down low. I think, you know, more so than most teams in America rely on a post presence, and we got some quick fouls. All 4 men all got in foul trouble. Kind of changed our lineup a little bit. You know, second half, it certainly was more of an emphasis, I thought, for our guys to lock in and maybe got a taste of what he was all about down there. And we did double team him, and he passed it out. We had a couple breakdowns in our rotations out of that, but typically we're going to try to keep the other team's best scorer from doing his thing down there, and you know, heck of a player. So.
Coach, you've now been able to play two of Kansas's best basketball teams pretty close together, Wichita State, now KU. How would you compare them, and how would you compare both of these games?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, it's a couple of terrific basketball teams. I mean, I think the Wichita State team is a pretty well-oiled machine. That backcourt's been around for a long time, and I think you look at KU where you still have some growing pains with some of the youth, but it's, you know, there's a lot of thoroughbreds running out there for both teams. I never gave thought to the fact that we did play a couple of, that wasn't by design. I think anybody in their right mind wouldn't want anything to do with that. But, you know, and we saw one in our home environment and then had to come in here to this situation, which isn't exactly a home court either for the Jayhawks. But the whole idea with our preseason schedule was to prepare ourselves for conference and hopefully eliminate any discussions. Whatever happens at the end of the year, our goal was to be in the NCAA tournament. We didn't want to have anybody in a committee room or whatever say, man, they just didn't play a hard enough schedule. So, you know, we're surviving. We've still got a handful of preseason games and then a real difficult Pac-12 schedule. Hopefully, you know, with this schedule, I said all along, if it doesn't kill us, it's going to make us stronger. And at this point, you know, we're faring pretty well. We're not that far away.
Anything else? Okay, thanks.
Thank you.